terrorist and the potato.
Hi folks, Tarmac Terrorist here, hope you're all doing well. I've got a video here, another video that I think you're going to find, I hope you're going to find an absolute ton of fun. A week and a half ago, I made a video entitled Rfactor 2, How to Race Any Car You Like. And what this was a tutorial video on how to go to any track you like in Rfactor, get on the grid and start adding absolutely any AI cars you want to race against. And I added a whole grid of 26 cars. And this is the list. There's everything on there from Formula V to GTE Ferrari 488, Honda NSX road car, all the way up to a Mclaren MP4/a F1 car. It was an absolute crazy grid, and it was loads of fun. Now, if you want to find out how to do that, I'll leave a link in the description below the video to that tutorial, so you can go and find out how to do it. This video is just a follow up to that, and it's going to be a load of fun because what I did last time is I raced the kart. And the kart, Silverstone, is capable of about 75 miles per hour. The fastest car on the grid was the Mclaren MP4/8, which is hitting about 180 on the straights. So literally it was amazing. I'm trundling along in this little car and there's McLaren's just whizzing past me.
There goes is that the McLaren again already?
Seller GTRs, the whole lot. It was great fun. So what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to do exactly the same grid, 10 laps, exactly the same as I did in the last video, but I'm swapping it around. I'm going to race the McLaren. And this is going to be interesting because I'm basically going to be lapping the karts on the first lap, and then I'm going to be dodging through a series of very slow moving obstacles.
We've got, oh God, I should have looked right there.
So it could end up in a massive crash, but it's going to be loads of fun. Now, as I said, very important, that video has been my most popular yet. It received, let's see here, it's about 285 views in a week and a half. So if you like what I'm doing, please, please, please hit the subscribe button just below the video here. It'll take you less than a second to do, because I only have 34 subscribers, and yet that video's got 285 views. Now, if you like what I'm doing, the more subscribers I get, the more chance I am to make a little bit of money out of YouTube, because I don't have any. I mean, these are the headphones I use to record with. Look, they're held together with duct tape because they broke the other week. So if I can generate some money, I can then start investing in better equipment and make better videos for you with higher resolution. If you look at my system specs, you'll know what I mean. So if you can do that, just hit the subscribe button. There's a link to my Patreon account. If anyone does that, cheers very much. But hitting the subscribe button costs you nothing. Anyway, so I think this video is going to be loads of fun. Let's get on track in Rfactor at Silverstone and see if we can survive. Here we go.
Okay folks, so here we are at Silverstone with our absolutely crazy grid of cars. So here we go, as you can see in front of me now. I've got my McLaren MP4, there's your BMW CS there, there's all types of cars. We've got an Indy car, we've got a McLaren Senna, we've got an LMP2 car, we've got the Ferrari GTE, we've got one of the mod cars, which is a Palatov, great little track day car there. Brabham, 1970s F1 car. Then we've got part of the paid DLC. We've got another GTE car, the Corvette. We've got a Radical. We've got GT3 Aston Martin. We have a Formula E making an amazing sound there. We've got a front-wheel drive Honda, a road car there, rear-wheel drive Corvette. We've got the Puma from the ESA pack there. We've even got a 1974 Houston Descender stock car there, and we've got another front-wheel drive there. We've got a Renault. We've got an AC Cobra. We've got a Honda NSX R road car. We've got a Formula V. We've got a Caterham, another mod car, excellent fun. And then we've got about 4 of these little guys, the little carts. and they're going to be our main thing to watch out for, because I've just done qualifying with all of these guys, and what I have learned is I'm really going to have to watch out, because of course I've qualified in first, unsurprisingly, having the fastest car on track. But what I have found just through qualifying is what I'm actually going to have to watch out for is not so much avoiding the smaller, slower cars, it's avoiding the moves that other cars, faster cars, will make to avoid them. I might be on an overtake and they might be going on for the overtake as well, not see me coming, pull out right into my path, and there'll be some sort of terrible smash up. Anyway, we're about to have a hell of a lot of fun because we are now at the end of qualifying. We are going for a race, and as you can see there, as you would expect, you've got things like our McLarens and our LMP2s, GTEs at the top, and of course the McLaren right at the top there, and at the bottom of course we've got our karts, and then after that our sort of slower cars, then our mid-range cars. So just before we kick off this what is going to be a ridiculous race, just a little about the MP4. This is, of course, the 1990s F1 car that Senna was famous for driving and smashed around Donington in the wet. It is incredibly high-tech. For instance, when you start driving this car, if you don't do anything with the setup and you've got your gear set to manual, as I always do, you'll find that the car will start changing gear for you. That is because, if you look here, it has a semi-automatic gearbox, programmable, which you can tell it whether to have it, you know, automatic upshifts or not, and downshifts, or both. It's got active suspension. This car really was quite advanced. I've put the tyres on soft there. It's even got traction control there. Last time I was here doing this, of course, we were in one of these little things. 20 horsepower, 125cc, and capable of about 75 miles an hour on this track. You really didn't have to slow down too much in these. And now, as you can see there, he's doing what, 70 at the moment. This time we're in a car that's going to be hitting 180 coming into Corpse Corner here at Snetterton, and it just flies past everything. So it's going to be a complete turnaround. Anyway, 10 laps, and we'll be on our own for the first lap. We'll be right out in front, but before we finish the first lap, I'm assuming we're going to be overtaking one of the karts at least. So let's finish this session and see if we survive, because like I said, you know, I'm sure this car will win this race, but it's whether I can get it round and not crash it into one of the slower cars as we come round the track. So here we are. Let's just have a quick look at our grid, because, well, it's quite a sight. Let's have a look here. There we go. Look at that. That's our grid. So let's do it. So here we go. I've got myself 10 laps of fuel, have I? Yes, that'll do. We've got 10 laps. Well, we've got 10 lap race. Let's stick in 14 just to be on the safe side, because I'm sure I'll probably waste some in between shifts. Let's do it. Oh, by the way, I'm putting all my mirrors on so you can see. I'm putting all the virtual mirrors on so you can see all of these cars as I pass them. I've got default FOV. I usually use a slightly larger one on some of the cars. I have found out, by the way, that this simulation actually remembers your FOV, whatever you got it set to, for each car when you go on at the track. That's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, here we go. On the grid. I've got my speedo up there so you can see exactly what speeds we're doing. This car does not have a speedo in a rev counter, and we are off. There we go. And the Dallara, not a bad start from the red and yellow Dallara behind us, the IndyCar. The blue, if you can see it, the blue McLaren GTR behind it. And we are flying away from them as we come through maggots. Down to 4th gear. Rebecca out of church, hard down as we come down the Hanger Straight. And this car is just phenomenal. I haven't really driven this car much at all until I decided to make this video, but I'm going to be doing a few races with this. It is absolutely fantastic, and it's one of the cars which is totally free for Rfactor 2. You can Let's go on to Steam and get it. It's an official Studio 397 car, and it is absolutely brilliant. Am I going to lift as we come to Abbey a little bit, not too much, staying in 6th gear. And we're going to be hard on the brakes now as we come to Village, just missing the apex there. As we come through Loop, can I clip the apex? Yes, we've got it. And through Aintree and down onto the Wellington Straight. And we're coming up to Brookfields now, not far from finishing our first lap, down to 3rd for Brookfields there. Round Luffield at about 70. Squeeze and accelerated gently as we come out of Luffields, because this car does have traction control, but you still need to be delicate with it as you come out of that corner. I'm going to lift ever so slightly, of course, for staying in 6th gear. So we have done 1 lap. Now the carts, let's see, I don't think the carts will have completed 1 lap. Yeah, I think we're going to catch them before they do. This car is literally doing double what the little carts can do around this track. I can't remember exactly what the times I was getting with the carts were, but incredibly slow compared to this absolute beast of a machine. You need to be very awake to drive this car, incredibly awake. You have to excuse my cornering around here to come to the club. I can't, not quite mastered that corner yet. Not one I'm particularly good at. Much better at Abbey here, but it's taken almost flat. As we come down again to Village, much closer to the apex this time, a bit more pleased with that than I was last time. But, oh, we're missing the apex this time. There, as we come through the last corner before the Wellington Straight, and I'm expecting to now, as I finish my 2nd lap, to be seeing a car anytime soon. Oh, totally losing my concentration there. As we come through Luffield for the 2nd time, there are the carts! Can we get them before the line? All 4 of them there, absolutely flown past them like they're standing still. This thing is like a bullet from a gun. Oh, if you haven't tried this yet, you've really got to give it a go. Load yourself up a grid of every ridiculous car you can think of. Oh, look at that wheel on the right hand side. Did you see that wobble as we came over the curve there at Beckett's? This time on was amazing. And what have we got coming up here? Is that the Caterham? That is the Caterham that we've just flown past. There's the Formula V. Taking him like he's standing still. There we go, there's one of our first road cars. That is the Honda NFX. These poor old road cars, they don't stand a chance against these purpose-built racers. Even with all the power they have. There is a BMW Club Sport. Looking pretty tall compared to this very low to the ground 1990s F1 car. And we've got the apex there. Again, as we come through Loop, Aintree, and then on to the Wellington Straight. We've got a front wheel drive Clio ahead of us there. We've got, oh God, I should have looked right there. I whisked myself right off. We went past the black and red. I'm totally going right there through Luffields. The black and red AC Cobra. So, I wonder how long it's going to take us to catch up to, or if we will catch up to something like an LMP2 or the Senna GTR. You have to be a little bit, you can use the curves with this car, but you have to be a little bit careful. It can get unsettled. And that's our Houston Dissenter stock car. Oh! I made a wrong decision there. Should have gone to the inside. And look at that, we just left it to dust. Even though that car is very fast in a straight line, it's just a boat round corners. And what's this? That's our Puma. Lovely little cars. Those, if you haven't tried those, give them a go for the reason pack. They're really good racing. Short wheelbase, not too fast, not too slow. There's our Corvette road car. Now that thing is capable of a speed not far away from the 180 that I'm able to achieve with this before we go through Corps. There's our Honda Civic front wheel drive BTCC touring car. Yeah, the Corvette's got a tremendous top speed, but side by side, in terms of acceleration, this thing just leaves it in the dust. So we've got a bit of free road in front of us now. How long is that going to last? Honestly, whilst I was doing this in qualifying, I was thinking this should be called the Motorsport obstacle course. It's literally everything on the track is like a moving obstacle. Some of them a hell of a lot slower than me. It's so much fun. There's another one. There's our carts again. All four of them. One of them lagging behind a bit there, but they're all sticking together. Down into third this time. Have to come for the hanger straight, and I can see a few things up ahead of us there. We're already on our fourth lap, coming up to our fifth lap. When this video isn't going to be too long. And someone's in trouble there. What is that? That looked like the Aston Martin, the GT3 car. Losing it on the bend there. I have got my AI set to a high amount of aggression, so the fast cars will not hang around behind the slower cars. As I mentioned in the last video, they will do that if you don't have your aggression on a decent level. This is our Radical, and look, there is a Formula E. It's taking us this long to catch up with the Formula E. Shows how good those things are. Behind our Lara there. Oh, we try and weave through them. The sound of that Formula E, amazing you can hear it under this screaming 3.5 litre V8. And we've got there is our Ferrari GTE, the Caterham. And should we go to the inside? Squeeze up there past the Ferrari like it was stuck in treacle. There's our Formula V again. There's our Honda NSX, lap number 5. We've already lapped them twice. This is fantastic, it really is. And that looks like our Corvette. A little bit faster than the Ferrari there, but compared to us, left in the dust. Look at him disappearing into the wing mirrors there. As we come up to Stowe Corner, you should take this in fourth. Up into fifth for Vale and Club. Coming up to the new pits here at Snefferton, this lovely new version of it. Well, the updated version after the Studio 397 released. That's absolutely great. And feels damn good as well, down into second. And we've got the Apex there at Village. Can we do the same? Oh yes! You're nearly got it for loop there as well. Could have taken that a little bit better. As we come down the Wellington Straight. Is that our IndyCar? No. Oh my word, that is our Brabham. As we overtake the AC Cobra, the BMW, go around the outside of him, that is our 1970s Brabham. Look at the suspension working on the back of that car. But even though it's a mental 1970s F1 car, just look at it. It's just gone compared to our 90s race here. As the Clio disappears as well, and there's one of our carts. They can't be far away, the other three of them. There's another one, and there's another two. As we weave through round Beckett onto the Hanger Straight. I'm going to have to give myself a few races with this car. It's just awesome, but I think this is going to have to be a car that I drive early in the morning when I started testing this today, because you really do want to be so awake with lots of coffee in you. I mean, it's just phenomenal. the force feedback feels absolutely unreal. It's fantastic. There's our house in the centre. And that's totally put me off. Look, I've gone wide there. There's the Houston in the mirrors. And hard down with my foot there. Coming onto the Wellington straight again. And what have we got here? Is that the Puma? Great round Bois, if that's the way to pronounce it. That's one of the oh! Big slide there. Big slide there. Excuse my terrible driving. Yeah, do try those Pumas round Bois that comes with the Rfactor pack. It's a great track, and those cars are so well suited to it. What have we got here now? Is that a road car? Yeah, that is the Corvette. Shall we slow down just for a second and see? Look, trying to corner with this car, you just feel like you're standing still. Look at that road car wallowing about. But now we get onto the straight, onto the hanger straight where it can accelerate. And look, it's just gone. But not too shabby for a road car, just disappear all that quickly. And we haven't seen our Senna. Oh, that would be amazing if we could catch up to the Senna before the end of the race. Maybe I should stop slowing down for road cars, and that might happen. Although I'm not all that confident, because that Senna GTR on the straights is a modern day hypercar. You know, right up to the minute hypercar. So it is damn fast on the straights, faster than this, but this has it. And oh, what's going to happen here? Oh, I'm going to have to go wide. Just onto the curb there, using absolutely all of it. Will we catch up with the LMP? Three of the fastest cars would be the IndyCar, the LMP2, the Rfactor LMP2, and the GTR. Like I said, I'm not confident. We've only got 2 laps to go. Let's come down for maggots. There's one of our carts. Oh! He came up so fast and we didn't have time to avoid him. The carts are really spread out there, look at that. Look at that, they're really spread out. Oh, might have not wanted to go quite so far down the gears there. What's that? Up ahead, that doesn't look too slow. Is it? It can't be. No way, is that our Mclaren? Is that our Mclaren? Because that looks fast. That is the Mclaren! We've caught the second McLaren! We're going to have him! We're actually going to have the McLaren! That means he is being outrun by, not surprisingly, by our LMP2 car. And look, I am actually struggling! I'm properly struggling to keep with him on the straight, but we get to the corners. Look at the size of that back end compared to me. I'm going to take him on the outside. Look at that! With all of that clever aero. And then complete blasting past over the 80 Cobra. 1 lap to go, and we have taken the Senna GTR. There's our front wheel drive class there, the little Clio. BMW, oh, CS, oh, just squeezed down the inside of him there. Round Beckett's, what's that in front of us? What is that? Could that be our LMP2 car? Will we catch him? And is that the Dallara, the IndyCar? Up ahead there, I think it is. That's definitely the LMP2. Come out of the way, Aston. There he is, there's our LMP2, just overtaken. the Formula E. Can we just... We have taken the LMP2. I honestly didn't expect to catch up with those guys as fast as this thing is. I thought that was in 10 laps, but we did it in 9.7 laps, as you can see from my lap time, or up there in the corner. There's our Radical. And what has happened to the IndyCar? Or did we already? We could have already passed him and I've forgotten, because this is so intense. But so much fun. I am absolutely dripping with sweat here. And there we go. We have finished the race, guys. That is the end of that. I hope you've enjoyed that. I enjoyed that so much. Now don't crash it on your cool down lap, you Wally. Come on, tarmac. Look at this. It's just the best array of cars you'd ever see on a track anywhere. Our little car. Look at how low we are behind the bumper of that Puma there. We come past our little car. Guys, if you've enjoyed this, as I said at the start of the video, please help me out. Just hit that subscribe button. You'd be doing me such a massive favour. And I will be making more of these videos as much as I can, when I can, for you. And well, if you're completely new to my channel, I am Tarmac Terrorist. The simulation I'm using here is Rfactor 2, one of my absolute favourite simulations. The feeling you get from driving this is like none other. It is absolutely superb. And I think we've lost that delay. I thought we might see it on the cool down lap. Maybe it's crashed out. You never know. There was a yellow flag earlier. That could have been a crash, because I would have expected a hell of a lot more yellow flags in a race like this with such a ridiculous array of cars. You never let all of these cars on track together at the same time. It would just be so unfathomably dangerous. Anyway, let's we're going to the wrong pits here. We're going to the new pits. We should be parking up in the old ones, but who cares? We'll just bring it in there, pop it in the garage. Oh, so much fun, so much fun. Guys, thank you ever so much for watching. Enjoy your sim racing journeys. Please give us a like, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. All the best.